name is Kadri KõUSAAR. I'm from Estonia and I'm the director and writer of the film Diserted, world premiering here at Busan Film Festival 2021. Diserted is a film about a female journalist, Ingrid, who has a 40-year-old crisis. She desperately wants to have a family and have children, but those things haven't really worked out. But she's very successful at her career in journalism, and then she goes on an assignment in Sinai, Egypt, but gets kidnapped. But this turns out to be unexpectedly tense, not in a criminal sense, but in the sense of love, because she falls in love with one of the abductors. And essentially the film is like a fairy tale about two lonely souls finding each other in the middle of the desert. So first time I was here in 2007, and I was especially happy with the audience. It was so dedicated, focused, intelligent audience. They were taking notes. They wanted to know everything. They had noticed everything. So this I hadn't seen anywhere in the world. And after the film, people continued talking. They talked about their own experiences, and it was so fantastic. And sadly, this time, this direct contact with the audience, of course, is not possible because the guest is escorted away and you are not allowed to mix with the audience, and that I think takes a big part of the pleasure away, although I still could see the dedication and this particular focus that the Busan audience, I think, is famous for, perhaps due to the super quality of Korean cinema, because people really have high tastes here, and they know about good quality cinema. And also the selection of the festival is very interesting. I mean, I'm very eager to see other people's films, which is of course difficult as well because of the pandemic, because it's only 50% fill, and so it's hard to get a ticket. First of all, I'd like to thank the audience that they are still showing big interest and enthusiasm regardless of the pandemic, and in general I'm very impressed with the Korean population, because it's amazing to see everybody wearing masks and really adhering to the rules, because we in Europe have issues with that, and that's why also the numbers are higher. But here in Asia, I think that people have sad experiences with the pandemic, and they actually know better how to deal with it. And even babies wearing masks, I can't imagine my sons being capable of that. And so in general, still my impression of Korea is fantastic, and I will want to be back, because obviously it's easier to travel without the pandemic's restrictions, and let's just try to work together to overcome this obstacle. And thank you again, and hopefully we'll meet in the future. Thank you. I love you, Busan International Film Festival.